What's going on, Washington Football Nation, and every fan of every other team that checks into the channel? It's your boy Rio, and we're back with another episode on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel. Today is December 30th. We only have 2 days left in the year and 2 games left in the season for Washington football because playoffs are just not in reach this year, and I'm finally recovered from that ass beating that Dallas gave us 4 nights ago on Sunday Night Football. My head is finally right to talk about some football for the rest of the season, but we're going to preview the game tomorrow. Today, we're going to talk quarterbacks. That's what we're going to talk about today. But first and foremost, I want to thank every single one of you for helping me hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a little applause. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. Thank you to everybody. It doesn't matter what team you follow. If you're in the comments, you're creating a dialogue and we're keeping the discussion flowing. Y'all are why I do this. I appreciate you so much. And let's get to another 1,000, man. Let's run it up for 2022. But anywho, quarterback, a position that has never been solved in my lifetime as a fan of the Washington football team formerly known as Redskins and soon to be named something else. Daniel Snyder brought this team in 1999. Though we've had like 47 starting quarterbacks. Like, it's crazy. Like, off the top of my head, like, you just go the Shane Matthews, Danny Werfels, Patrick Ramsey, Jason Campbell, Tony Banks, John Beck, Rex Grossman, RG3, Kirk Cousins. Oh my, it goes on for days. The Josh Johnsons, Mark Sanchez's of the world. It's been all bad my whole life. I don't know what stability at quarterback is like, and I don't know the feeling of a quarterback getting to his second contract with this franchise. It's not something we do here, and in a pivotal year 3 of a rebuild and shifting of cultures, Ron keeps telling us it takes 3 to 5 years to build a culture. 3 to 5 years to build a culture, like in the military. All right, then year 3 is the most important of all, because you've had 2 evaluation years where we've played 8 quarterbacks in those 2 seasons. It's time to settle this damn position for good, not put a Band-Aid on it. So we're going to talk plenty college quarterbacks. You know, I got my QB1 of the Future series with Michael Haas. We're going to finish that up with the 8, 9, and 10 prospects on his quarterback big board for the 2022 draft. But today we're not talking rookies. We're talking established veteran quarterbacks via trade or free agency. That's what we're going to talk about today. And this is my opinion, my list of the order of operations. I call it the PEMDAS of how Washington should handle the quarterback position this offseason. Yes, some of these options are probably pipe dreams, and it's probably not going to happen, but this is how I would attack the offseason if I was Ron Rivera, Marty Herney, and Martin Mayhew. I have acquisition tiers of how this should go. Tier number 1, pipe dream, but make the damn call. Deshaun Watson. By the end of January, I expect to hear some sort of update and closure to this Deshaun Watson situation. 22 pending allegations, all civil, no criminal as we speak. So there's a very low probability there's going to be like a misdemeanor tagged on to him. So I imagine this situation getting handled by the end of January, meaning Deshaun Watson will be in play again for the NFL. And Miami's still going to come calling first. We know Miami is dying for Watson. And if it wasn't for 4 people not settling, he would have already been a Dolphin by now. But Deshaun Watson is the first call I'm making. I'm calling up Houston and I'm saying, whatever you want. This is my Godfather offer, an offer you can't refuse. I'm going to send you a blank document email and I'm going to say, send to Washington, Deshaun Watson, send to Houston, whatever the hell you want. Whatever you want. If Dan Snyder's slimy ass can own my football team, Deshaun Watson can quarterback it. Period. I'm not going any farther into the subject because we still don't even know if this man is innocent or not. But I know somebody who's not, and he still owns the franchise. And if he can own my franchise, number 4 can play quarterback for it. So I'm not saying no to a 26-year-old with 104 to 36 touchdown to interception ratio in 3.25 seasons, who's already seen the divisional round of the playoffs, who, when his team was the worst in the league, he led the league in passing. I need that in my life. I need it. I need it. We need it. So Deshaun Watson is the first call I'm making. Some of y'all are going to have some feelings about that. I'm not tripping. This is my list. Second call I'm making, the COVID man himself, the COVID man of deception, Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers. He's not coming here. He's definitely not coming here. The only way I could see him coming here is if Ron Rivera and Mike Silver put a California Bear clamp on him and that college connection gets him here. I don't see why Rodgers would. Rodgers is going to probably 2 places, either Denver with Elway or to play for the Steelers. Those are historic franchises, class organizations who always seem to find a franchise guy, and they fit Aaron Rodgers. Like I can't see Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley out here in Ashburn and him playing for. I just can't see it. But you make the damn call though. After you make that Houston call and they tell us no, you make the call to Green Bay. And after you make the call to Green Bay, you make a call to John Schneider and Pete Carroll up in Seattle. And you call about the Richmond native, Russell Wilson, husband of Sierra. And you say, what will it take to get Russell to be a Washington blank quarterback? Because Russell Westbrook, whoa, definitely the wrong guy. Russell Wilson's going to be 33. He's having an off year, but an off year for Russell Wilson is a great year for the quarterbacks that we have here in DC. His off year is the type of year we dream of, and he missed a bunch of games, and he's hurt, and that team is just a freaking mess. You know, they're out here trading for defensive end safeties, trading multiple first-round picks. You know, they're a mess right now. So he needs new environments. He needs new scenery. And why not come home, Russ? I don't know if Sierra is down to live in Ashburn. I don't know if that's the life for her. They're probably more suited to be in Broadway and play for the Giants or go out to the Bayou and go out and play for New Orleans. I think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson would be a match made in heaven, but I am making the phone call. I don't think any of this is going to happen. So anybody say, oh, Rio, you're being delusional. No, I don't think we're going to get any of these guys. But the minute that the season ends and all of these guys' teams are done playing football, you make the phone call. Without a doubt, no questions asked. You do all that you can to see if you can put a quarterback of this stature and magnitude on the goddamn roster. Period. Which moves me to my next tier. Realistic-ish. Meaning, I think we could actually make a trade for, and it wouldn't be too crippling, and I think they would realistically listen to our offer, to the Las Vegas Raiders for Derek Carr. Derek Carr is 30 years old. Derek Carr is a top half of the league quarterback. Here, he is definitely a franchise quarterback. He's like leading the league in passing this year. He's going absolutely nuts, minus the fact that Waller's dealt with COVID and injuries throughout the year, and his first-round draft pick is done playing football in his second year. Henry Ruggs, tragic story. But Carr has still managed to put up numbers this year. He's everything we need. He's everything we need. He's a distributor of the football. He knows how to layer it across the field. He has more than enough arm to make all of the throws, and he's a leader. Period. What more do I need to say? Make the call for Derek Carr. They're probably not going to trade him, though. But I think there's a chance, since they have to bring in a new coach and probably a new GM. They're going to probably bring in a whole new regime. They may want to start over with their own guy. So Derek Carr, I'm making the call. Next tier, wouldn't love it, but it's definitely an upgrade. Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, fringe Hall of Famer Matty Ice from the Atlanta Falcons. Still a very productive quarterback. He's going into his age 37, 38 season in 2022. And for those of you say, oh, no, but we just did that with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Whoa, that is a very, very different quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a journeyman. Matt Ryan, however, has been on one team his whole career. He is a former MVP and a very, very highly productive quarterback. He's a statue. He lacks mobility. So I'm not sure he's the type of quarterback Scott Turner wants for his offense, but he's definitely not someone that I would turn up my nose or scoff at, because he would walk in day one as the best quarterback that's played for this team during the Daniel Snyder era, which isn't saying too much, but that's a fringe Hall of Fame career. I would not be upset if we made the call for Matt Ryan. And here's my final tier of quarterbacks, and that is, please God, no, I don't want it, but I could see it happening. And number one on that list is Jimmy Garoppolo. Can't you just see it? Doesn't he just look like a Washington quarterback? Starting to get up there in age, but he's not old. Often injured, durability concern for days, and limited upside. That just sounds like Washington quarterback in a nutshell. When your most endearing quality is that you date porn stars, I'll pass on you as my quarterback, bro. I'll pass on it. But I could definitely see the Martin Mayhew connection from San Francisco, them pulling him in and letting him be the bridge for a rookie quarterback. I could see it. I don't want to see it. I'll pass. We can definitely do worse, but we can certainly do better than Jimmy G. I'm a pass all the way on Jimmy Garoppolo. Number two, Mitch Trubisky. Trubisky, the second overall pick who busted in Chicago and is now the backup to Josh Allen in Buffalo. Mitch Trubisky isn't terrible. Mitch Trubisky isn't good. Mitch Trubisky is the definition of a jag. Just a guy. He won't lose you games. He won't win you games. We already have two of those on the roster. I'll pass on Mitch Trubisky. But I can also definitely see us making a move for him, because according to the NFL rumor sphere, we were in on him at the trade deadline, but didn't end up pulling the trigger on the deal because, I mean, the Bills are, or at least were, a Super Bowl contender. Why would you trade your backup quarterback in the midst of a Super Bowl run? We'll see, though, but I'll pass on that. And my number three, just Teddy, Tyrod, or any one of that ilk of medium, no ceiling, safe quarterbacks. I want nothing to do with that. I don't need any Alex Smith lights, no Kirkland brand Alex Smiths here. I don't need that style of football anymore for my football team. I'd rather ride it out with Heineke and Allen, which is not a choice. There's no way we can go into 2022 with our quarterback room as Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke. But that's not happening, though. But that's how I see the offseason playing out for us. And we're going to talk young guys. And honestly, with most of the names I discussed today, you can still pair a rookie first round, second round, whenever you decide to draft a quarterback rookie with the veterans that I listed today. Unless you go all out and you were to get Russ or Watson or somebody. But the football gods don't love us enough to let us have nice things like that. But we're going to see. We have a very interesting offseason approaching. We have a game Sunday versus the Eagles where we can play spoiler, and then we finish the season versus the New York Giants bum asses. And then we're on to 22. We're on the greener pastures. We're on to a new name, new identity, and I hope to God a franchise quarterback for the first time of my 30 years of fan existence. But that's going to do for now. Y'all know where to find me, Rio_Robinson91 on all social media platforms. Rambling with Rio. We are over 2,000 subscribers and we are at 100,000 views plus on the channel. I couldn't do it without you guys. Keep it love, keep it fun in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Until next time, hail to the nameless football team. Deuces.